Today we bring you here at HWM two of the ultimate expressions of our previous generations of Aston Martin. We have a V12 Vantage and also a DBS 770 Ultimate. Both of these are available with us on our website. So what we wanted to do was bring you, I guess, a sort of a brief technical overview of both of these vehicles, maybe a little bit of a spec walk down, what makes these cars unique, build numbers, and also, I guess, roughly where the market sits on these cars. So let's start off with V12 Vantage, 333 coupes, 249 roadsters, all individually specified in different colourways, with or without wings, but also colours, trims, accent packs, the whole lot. So you'll probably see a fair few of these in and around online, offline. The marketplace has been pretty busy on these. I think personally, come long term, these would be great vehicles. We don't necessarily want to give you a spec walk down of this car. As you can see, it's finished in Aston Martin Racing Green with the orange livery and the carbon fibre exposed bonnet. There will be separate links in our description that will take you through to each one of these vehicles individually, and or you can visit our website. So let's give you a little bit of an overview of the vehicle. So V12 Vantage not only had a new front subframe on the front of the vehicle, which carried and housed that V12 engine, but there were a lot of geometry changes. They made some gearbox changes, diff changes. I mean, there was lots of changes across the vehicle. The suspension and the platform were the two main changes to make the vehicle more engaging to drive, firmer because you're carrying more weight, but they also wanted to get that power to the ground at the rear of the vehicle. So uniquely, this has almost like a double rear suspension, but it has a rear suspension with a tender spring, and the tender spring to get the back end of the car to squat down and get that power through the tyres into the tarmac. So not only have we got carbon ceramic brakes as standard on V12 Vantage, we had 21-inch wheels in a choice of finishes, but something that a lot of people aren't aware of, as much as this may look like a Vantage on the outside, every single panel on the car is different from V8 Vantage or the Vantage of this generation. Everything down to the wings, the bonnet, the bumpers, the rear arches. So you get the look, but actually it is a totally different vehicle from the skin inwards. So let's move on into a DBS 770 Ultimate. So numbers: 300 coupes, 199 volantes. This is a volante, obviously, this vehicle. This is one of 199. Now, they were very similar to V12 Vantage. They were variations of satin paint, gloss paint. You could have the power bulge as per this vehicle here in the satin black finish if you wanted to highlight that, very similar to the bonnet bulge that we have on the V12. And then there was graphics packs, different choices of wheels, interiors, everything else that you could change on this vehicle as well. So not to get too technical with you, there are plenty of reviews on both these vehicles in the public domain, but to give you a bit of an idea of the extent that Aston went to improve this vehicle over and above the standard DBS Superleggera, the Ultimate is 25% stiffer on the platform and suspension than DBS Superleggera, so just giving you a much better feel, getting the traction and the power down to the ground, okay, with the aid of a new lightweight rim. But we also have, and this runs for both these vehicles, we also had solid mounted steering columns. Now that aids with feel, but also how the experience of the car from the road comes back to you as a driver. In a world of electronic power steering, you do lack a little bit of feel and feedback from when you are driving and you're starting to push on, but having a solid mounted steering column does aid with a bit more of that feedback coming back into the vehicle. And a bit of a nerdy one for you, both these vehicles carry a 7 amp hour battery, which is small, lightweight and compact. And that was also to bring down the curb weight of the car across that time. Maybe that is a little bit boring. So both of these vehicles that we have here today are superbly specified. This DBS Ultimate, I would probably say, is one of the heaviest spec Ultimates that are in the marketplace. Not just because it's got satin paint, but as I say, we have this power bulge which has been done in the satin black. You won't see many cars with that. That was a standalone option. It was quite pricey, but I think on this particular car it does sort of give it a real stealthy look. As for the V12 Vantage here, as I say, they're all unique cars, But again, really sensibly done. I was involved in both the speccing of these vehicles, so I understand the specs intimately inside and out, so I know exactly what is on these cars. And they represent, I think, very good value in the marketplace, particularly 770 Ultimate over V12 Vantage. So who should really consider purchasing either one of these vehicles? Well, I think you'll probably find with V12 Vantage it'll be somebody that is currently in either V12 Vantage, V12 Vantage S, or even an early V8 Vantage of this generation, but it's just looking to step up to that next level. When these are priced at sub 200, I think your comparable cars in that marketplace, these look great value at 333 units for a coupe, and the same again for 249 units as a roadster. Or would you look at 770 Ultimate as a DBS Superleggera, early adopter of a car, 2018, 2019, 2020, and want the ultimate expression of that product, and maybe something that could hold and gain future value, who knows. So there we have it, V12 Vantage and DBS 770 Ultimate. Now, we're going to try and bring you some videos over the course of, well, we'd like to try and bring you some videos, but if there's any suggestions, any cars that you want to have a bit of a deeper dive on into, you can leave us some comments in the comment section, or any video suggestions that you may want to see. We can have an attempt at doing that for you as well. Thank you for taking the time for watching.